everybody. This is Jack Hammer. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. What I wanted to talk about today was the three things that the 49ers need to be careful of heading into week 15, their biggest concerns. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. These are their three top concerns for the 49ers heading into week 15 as they're 7-6. Number one, it has to be looking past the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons come into this game with a sub 500 record, so it may seem a little bit easy for the 49ers to look past them this week. Might want to take a look back, though, in time. You look back to 2019, the 49ers faced Atlanta in week 15. San Francisco, if you recall, was coming off an exciting come-from-behind road victory in New Orleans, while Atlanta was coming in with that sub 500 record, having just defeated the Carolina Panthers. Flash forward to this week, and you have the 49ers coming off of a huge win out in Cincinnati, where they had to come from behind in overtime to take the win. Meanwhile, Atlanta is coming in again for a week 15 matchup with the 49ers, and they are coming off a victory over the Carolina Panthers. Imagine that. If the 49ers don't come into this game completely focused, Atlanta could make them pay. While the Falcons are 6-7 overall, 5 of those wins have come on the road. So the Falcons 6-7 overall, but they're 5-2 on the road, coming in here to face the 49ers. And Atlanta is part of that logjam of teams at 6-7 right now that are right behind the 49ers and looking to get into the final spot or two in the NFC playoffs. This is a big game for the 49ers, and that a loss this week would drop them to 7-7, and Atlanta would jump to 7-7 and actually have the tiebreaker advantage over the 49ers by way of having won the head-to-head matchup. So it's a big deal there for the 49ers to come away this week with a victory. Number two, this one's been big for the 49ers all season, and it's health. San Francisco has dealt with a number of injuries to key personnel throughout the year, and they can ill afford to sustain more as they begin their stretch run. The 49ers will again be without Emmanuel Moseley, and the status of linebacker Azeez Al-Shaair is a question mark due to the elbow strain that he suffered in the second half against Cincinnati. Moseley, the 49ers' top cornerback, was placed on injured reserve last week and will be out for at least the next 2 games against Atlanta and Tennessee. It may be longer, depending on how long it takes for him to return once he gets cleared and is able to start practicing again. In his absence, rookie Ambry Thomas was called on to start in place of Moseley when veteran Dante Johnson had to miss the game due to the unexpected passing of his mother. Johnson has not returned to practice yet this week. As of yesterday, he might have been there today, and Ambry Thomas is still dealing with the results of the concussion that he suffered in the fourth quarter of that game. Meanwhile, the injury to Al-Shaair was not as bad as initially feared. According to Kyle Shanahan, Al-Shaair will be day-to-day and could be back in the lineup on Sunday. Al-Shaair has played more snaps this year than his first 2 seasons combined and has made the most of the opportunity. Al-Shaair has recorded a league-leading 9 tackles for loss and may be in the running for the Pro Bowl. And lastly, inconsistency in the running game. One unexpected development for the 49ers this year has been the struggles that they face in the running game. When people think of the 49ers offense, they think of running first. San Francisco, though, has averaged only 4.3 yards per rushing attempt this season, ranking them 17th in the NFL. Aside from rookie Elijah Mitchell, no active running back on the 49ers roster is averaging over 4 yards per carry. This has led to Deebo Samuel spending more time in the backfield over the second half of the season. Samuel leads all 49ers with 6 rushing touchdowns this year, 5 of them coming in the last 4 games that he's been able to play in. And those were coming in during that stretch when he's been moved back to running back. He had one prior to that when he was in more of the receiver role. During that same stretch, Samuel has led all 49ers in yards per carry at slightly over 8 yards per attempt. So without having Deebo Samuel on the field, this 49ers running game has really struggled this year, and it's definitely something that they need to keep an eye on as they move forward. Samuel, for all the great things that he does, they need to worry about limiting his touches. They've done a pretty good job of that so far. They've been keeping him right around that 7 to 8 touch per game, whether it's been as a receiver or in more of the running back role. It would be nice for the 49ers to be able to start to utilize him in the passing game a little bit more often. The other thing to think about as well, the 49ers, and this isn't a concern, but this is a plus. While the running game for the 49ers has been seeing a downturn this season, the passing game has actually improved quite a bit. The 49ers are currently second in the NFL in net yards per pass attempt at 7.3. That's one of their best marks throughout the whole entire Kyle Shanahan era. And it's really showing just how good of a job Jimmy Garoppolo has done so far this year. The last time they were this close shouldn't be all that much of a surprise. It was in 2019. In 2019, the 49ers were third in the NFL in net yards per attempt. And guess who the quarterback was that year? So shouldn't be a big surprise there, but Jimmy Garoppolo has definitely been carrying the weight for the 49ers over this season one he's been in. And as the running game has been kind of a little bit of a slog, and they've had to lean more towards the passing game to move the ball. So that's the quick report that I have for today. Just wanted to jump on, give you my 3 concerns for the 49ers as they head into Week 15. I will be back later this evening for the Hammer and Nail Show at 6:30 Pacific Time. Join me and my co-host, Jesse Naylor, as we break down the 49ers and get down to all things 49ers. Among our topics for tonight are going to be what is the big change that's occurring for the 49ers that's really allowed them to be so successful over these last 7 weeks. And we're also going to dig deep into the 49ers' possible postseason matchups, who the best matchups could be, who the toughest matchups could be. And we'll also dive into this game on Sunday against Atlanta and give our predictions. So join us again today at 6:30 tonight p.m. for the Hammer and Nail Show here on Thursday night. Thank you very much for joining. And if you could please like, subscribe, and comment, that'd be fantastic. Thank you so much. Have a great day.